Welcome to Techmark Pod, where we innovate, discuss, and discover the dynamic intersection of technology and marketing. In each episode, we explore how businesses can leverage both to drive growth and innovation. Meet Alvin, our esteemed host for Techmark Pod. With over 15 years of experience as a renowned marketer, project manager, and software as a service architect, join us as we uncover the unique value proposition of integrating technology and marketing strategies, helping you stay ahead in this fast-paced digital world.
Hi everyone, welcome to Techmark Pod. Today we've got a virtual interview, so I'm interviewing Arthur Hatendi. Arthur is based in Zambia and previously was in South Africa. Short story, so I met Arthur in 2009 and I was looking for a job. Basically, I was looking for a job and I got interviewed to work in a pizza store, right? And Arthur was an operations manager for those pizza stores and I got a job there. And I started at the bottom where I used to, sweep the floors, clean the back rooms, and make dough. So now I know how to make pizza anyway. And yeah, and I basically grew within the whole operations of a pizza store. Thanks to Arthur for giving me that opportunity. And yeah, today we want to speak about how Arthur has managed to grow the retail stores, which is I'm saying retail stores, but what do you call them? You don't call them retail, right? What do you call them?
Uh, Quick service restaurants, QSR.
Oh, quick service restaurant. Yeah, that's the correct word. Arthur, welcome to Check My Pod.
No, thanks for the invite, Alvin. And we really appreciate this. We don't take it lightly. And I think when you joined, it was a good time for us. As far as I can recall, the glimpse memories I still have is when we brought you on board. We looked at your CV and we realized that, you know what, this young man has potential to be more than just part of back of house. So the back of house was just an entry level to see your commitment. And I think with time you started helping us with local store marketing strategies, which we applied in the business, and it made a lot of difference in our day-to-day sales. And we appreciate you for that.
No, thank you, sir. I think I appreciate more because I needed a foot into the system basically, and here I am.
Okay.
So I mean, it contributed to who I am today. You know what I mean? So where are you now, Arthur? I know we used to work together here in
Yeah,
Johannesburg, and you are now based in Lusaka, Zambia, right? So
yes, sir.
how big is your operations now?
Okay, so currently I'm country operations manager for the Zambian market and the Congo market under Debonair's and Steers brand.
Mm. Wow, that's
Yeah,
big.
that's how big.
Um, you previously mentioned that you did also Mozambique.
Yes, so initially in the span of 20 years, because I've been doing the fast food space for 20 years, I
Yep.
initially worked with brands like Pizza Hut, Debonair's, and Steers, and also
Mm,
I've worked in markets like South Africa, Mozambique, and the current ones as
mm,
well. So I've had a fair
mm.
share of engaging with diverse cultures in our Southern Africa market, which is
Yeah.
gradually growing into the Middle East. I think,
Def-
yeah, the future looks brighter because with the experience
yeah.
we've
So
acquired throughout the journey, I
mm,
think it has added a lot of value and expertise. Yeah.
amazing. So I wanted to ask, as you work as an operations, right? Of course, you are involved
Yeah,
in everything that you need to grow the store, which is your marketing and sales. You're involved with that
sure.
customer service.
Yeah,
It's a big chunk of the work that you need to do, right? And while
yeah.
you were growing within the Southern Africa, did you some kind like maybe encounter hindrance to the market penetration, maybe trying to get into Congo and you see that this is a different market, trying to get into Mozambique and Zambia. What are the
Sure.
differences on of those markets?
Yeah, I think each market is different, and especially with Congo, it's not a easy market to penetrate because I think the brand overall had been trying for some time based on what I know. And there's a lot of red tapes, a lot of certifications that you need to go through, maybe two or three times what I'm used to in South Africa or in Zambia. But
Mm.
eventually, I think we managed to find our way through, and we're open for trade. And we thank God for that. It was a long time coming.
Okay. So in your work in your workspace, right? What has been the impact of AI, right? Because
Yeah,
I understand that AI is supposed to make our life easier, but
sure.
I'm imagining if you're running a restaurant where there's a possibility of having a self-service accountants and you have also like robots serving people, what is that
Sure.
impact that AI has done in your workspace?
So AI, I think it has transformed our workspace in the sense that, the process that used to take you, say, a whole 1 week, going through data to understand which brand is doing well, to understand what products are moving. You just pull the reports and share with AI, and it will give you a summary plus an action plan. So I think that has helped in terms of increasing speed in how we process all the information. Then, in regards to in-house service for customers directly, we we have introduced your what you call SSTs, self-service tailor machines. So these
Yeah.
machines, it's a customer walks into a store, instead of going the traditional route of going to the counter and speak to the cashier, they go straight to that tailor machine. There's an option for you
Mm.
to, pick your uh, normal menu, your extras, and you can swipe your machine there, swipe your card, sorry. And once the order
Mm.
goes through, it goes straight to the kitchen. Then when that order is ready, that's where your human interaction comes, where someone is presenting the order to you.
Interesting. So I wanted to ask another question, right? Um,
Sure.
Uber, when Uber came and all delivery applications that came, right?
Yeah.
Did it impact the operations in a way that if your shop needed maybe 5 motorbikes to operate delivery within a certain
Hmm.
area, did you reduce the
Sure.
number of motorbikes that you own? Instead, that final destination or fulfillment was now enabled by Uber and other delivery applications.
Okay. So as far as I can recall, when Uber came, that time I was in South Africa, and I think I was still with Pizza Hut, and there was an agreement, and I think it's still in place. Some orders were now being processed via Uber. So eventually, with time, the number of riders and the number of bikes that you would need per store sort of reduced, because the third party delivery system was now the one responsible for doing a fraction of the other deliveries, whilst we're handling the rest from the stores. So it
Mm.
made a very big difference, because remember, they specialize in deliveries only and not production. So their drive
Yeah.
on marketing, their type of clientele is some individuals that we couldn't maybe get to in a certain space of time. But because they already had built a strong database and they had big funding in terms of marketing, it was a good opportunity to take up that and run with it. And it increased the delivery percentage in a very significant manner.
So do you? Okay. So now that's interesting. So do you think that AI is a threat for jobs within this industry?
Well, in my view, it's a threat if you stay dormant as an individual, because I believe anytime when a new system or a new technology is introduced, it comes with a pocket of opportunities. So it's now up to us as individuals to say, okay, if my skill is becoming dormant, how do I then scale
Yeah.
up? So, for example, in the early 90s, we used to have typewriters, right? The
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
who say, I don't, and I still remember that because I was still a child by then. But as computers evolved, the ones who kept on saying, I don't like working with such a tool, they remained behind and ended up doing your, I don't know, I don't want to use the wrong words, but they missed on that opportunity, right? And the
Yeah,
ones
true.
who said, hey, let me see what this is about, they were open to a new world. And here we are. Computers are now a standard part of our lives, right? And same thing with
Yeah,
AI. I think what is it, it seems to be a threat to most people. But if we were to sit down and look, we'll see that there's a lot of opportunities that we can dive into and grow ourselves, and who knows, develop new careers or new strategies on how we handle our day-to-day work.
true. So in the world, right, I've noticed in countries like possibly Europe and America and Dubai, or I think they've been testing out drone deliveries, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think Africa is ready for drone deliveries in terms of fast food? Because I think in Kenya, is it not Kenya, but I think it's in there's one country where they're delivering medicine using drones, of which that's possible. But in the
Yes, yes.
fast food restaurant, where is that?
I'm saying yes, you're correct. They are
Yeah,
delivering medical using drones. I'm just not
yeah.
sure of the exact country, but I know in Europe
I
they're
think
doing
it's
that
Rwanda.
already.
I think it's Rwanda.
Okay.
I think it's Rwanda. I think it's Rwanda. If I remember very well, I read an article
Yeah,
that Rwanda they've been doing that already. So I'm
yeah.
just wondering, in the fast food industry, are we ready for delivery using drones? Because I've seen here in South Africa, I think they're doing away with the petrol motorbikes. I've seen electrical
Yeah.
bikes coming in, and it seems to
Sure.
be working.
Yeah. No, I think Africa is ready. It's just a matter of getting the T's and C's in place so that we don't have issues of no, this drone went over the airport while a flight was trying to land. Therefore, so once we have those structures in place, I think we're more than capable of doing that because remember Africa has most of the youth that are very driven and hungry to, showcase their capabilities. And you even have
Yeah.
some Africans who are already building their own drones with the few equipment they've got, which is,
Mm.
a good thing. And already some farmers I've heard they're also using drones to do crop spraying. So definitely for the fast food, I don't think it's too far from us.
It was not too far fetched, is it?
No, 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 not at all.
Interesting. So I want to talk about marketing, traditional marketing, right? In your years of being in operations, do you have any case scenarios or case studies that you can say? Let's say, for example, you had sales that were going down in one of your branches in Cresta, and these are
Yeah,
the maybe the marketing, traditional marketing tactics that you employed to get more sales, or maybe
sure.
in DRC, what kind of tactics did you possibly utilize to penetrate the market in DRC?
Okay, so like you said, traditional. I think
Yeah.
the traditional element on marketing that we might say we still do is uh, printing of flyers, but it's not. It's now a very very small fraction of our marketing because we're trying to move with the times, and the biggest focus has moved away from your core traditional newspaper kind of adverts and stuff to pushing
Mhm.
social media. And I
Mm.
think that's the core marketing values we're pushing these days. So we
And
are using, yeah, you were saying?
no, no, I'm saying that I'm not talking about what you're actually doing now, because of course times have changed, right? There's social media,
Yes.
there's
Yeah.
WhatsApp channels or WhatsApp bulk messaging that you can actually use. But I'm talking
Mhm.
about possibly maybe uh, if there's a case, let's say for example, you went to DRC, you opened a store, right? And the
Yes.
people in DRC, they had no idea of debonaires or steers or whatever it is. How did you reach
Yes.
out to the community for them to understand that this is a a fast food
A
restaurant
new
and they can
a new brand
easily
in
get
the
one of the best burgers? Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
No, no, because when you say traditional, I think I had missed you there. I thought you were using old conventional marketing systems. So
No.
first we do, a case study to see uh, who's who are the influencers that have the highest following, that have personalities that kind of align with the brand, so that in the case that we engage and sign up a merger, we don't want an issue where you're signing up with someone who's ever causing commotion in the community, because that becomes affiliated with your brand. So if we identify that individual, then we come up with an agreement of whether we're doing skits, whether we're just doing your normal static artwork posts. Is it per week? Is it monthly? Is it after every 3 days? What product are we pushing? Then they will help us to drive that. And in addition to that, we'll also set up your Google My Business page for the specific
Mm.
store, and seek for customer feedback, so that once that is in place, it organically can attract people. When they search for pizza, our brand should come on top because of the service and product quality that they receive on a regular basis when they visit us.
True. I'm just realizing that I think business underestimate the power that Google My Business have on a business, because if you don't have a Google My Business page, you're almost like losing a lot of traffic and traction on your brand. If people are going to search and then they don't find you, you know what I mean?
True. And I
And
think
then yeah,
it's good that you say that,
and
because if you notice, the majority of businesses will interact with a person like yourself. You're a professional marketer, right? And you're going to
yeah,
advise, okay, right, for your business to do well, you need to set up this social media account, you need to set up this and this. That's the foundation. The work now comes also on that consistent drive, And most businesses might set up that, but if you're not pushing to get the numbers going, and there's activity on the same online space, it becomes dormant, and it's the same as just a flyer that is sitting on a shelf. So the work
yeah.
still needs to be done in the background.
Yeah, it's a very much an ongoing activity. So it's something that I've encountered as a marketer, right?
Yes,
Businesses, they come and say we wanna do search engine optimization, right?
yes,
So many don't understand that it's actually an ongoing activity to keep on adding those keywords and evaluating if the keywords are performing. It's
precisely.
not a once off exercise and then you expect that will be there for the next 5 years or something of that nature. No, you are very
And
much correct on that one. So
sure,
I want to talk about consumer behavior, right?
yeah,
What has been your experience in terms of consumer behavior across Southern Africa? There are different kind of consumers from South Africa to
sure.
DRC, Zambia to Mozambique. Is there anything that you would want to highlight on how, uh, you know, how you've viewed consumer behavior around all these countries?
Okay. I think in terms of behaviors, each market is different, but I don't want to stereotype individuals. But one thing that I've picked that is common with all markets is everyone wants a good product, everyone wants the best service, and everyone wants to be affiliated with a brand that is, known for doing good things. A brand that
Yeah,
if someone just takes you a picture whilst you are not ready and you're inside that restaurant, you don't feel like I should be hiding, because a safe place. So if I'm
Yeah.
taking a picture or if I take a selfie whilst I'm in the store, definitely for my personal post, it's part of my thumbs up, you're doing well kind of, lifestyle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in all markets, all I can urge people is, just to be pushing the best product out there and the best service. And that's what the standard markets require. The negative part of it, you have to go on the ground and learn for yourselves. Those notes I will start charging for
Yeah.
because we're also pushing consultancy.
Definitely. So, but this is what I want. I wanted to ask, right? So that you understand my point of view as a marketer, right? So
Sure.
let's say, for example, you look at the Zambian market. So let me use another brand so that you understand where I'm coming from, right? So when
Sure.
Coca-Cola did a marketing study of their market, they realized that possibly in India they take more sugar than they do
Yeah.
in South Africa. And you
Hmm.
test that the Coke in India is a little bit sweeter than the Coke in South Africa. You
Sure.
understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Is because there are different consumer behaviors of all these different markets. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So have you identified in a way that consumption of cheese is more in South Africa? They would buy extra cheese than they would do in Zambia, or other way around, or maybe in DRC they would want to keep it standard, because I understand that your product is standardized across Africa, but
Yes.
the consumption and the behavior of those target markets is different across Africa.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, if you look at spending per head, it's slightly different
Mm,
from market to market in the sense of um, cash flow wise, how the economy is doing, and what is of value to people. So certain markets have bigger families. So for example, Congo, when they come into a restaurant, it's 4+ individuals,
mm,
and they'll ensure that they buy a reasonable portion for each child. And those portions, if you go to a different market, that portion can be shared with two people. But it's just the availability of liquid cash, and because up there's a lot of money in mines, right? Whereas
yeah.
in other markets like your Zambia or South Africa, people are on a strict budget because this is money that they would have worked a 9 to 5 job, for example. They cannot be in the
Mm.
same spending line with someone who runs a mine. So, yeah, I think I don't want to give out too much detail, like I said,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
think we
I,
you get the drift. Yeah.
I get the drift very much. Let's talk about what you call customer service. How
Yes.
are you enhancing customer service within the stores? Using, of
Okay.
course, using
So
technology and
technology.
how, yeah,
Okay. So in terms of customer service, I think we've evolved a lot from where we started off because back in the days, I think we used to have what they call feedback forms. I don't know if you can still
mm,
remember them, where a customer would
yeah,
fill
I
in a
remember that.
form. Yes, we drop it in a box. Then, if the manager is feeling energetic, they'll go through them. If there's a problem, they'll go through it after a month or whatever the case is. But now we're now pushing Google My Business, mostly reviews, right? Because
Yeah,
the more we have, whether it's 5-star rating, the more the
yeah,
algorithm is going to automatically shortlist us to be the best go-to place for if you want food within the vicinity. And that we've tasked the cashiers, which we call customer experience officers, because they are no longer cashiers. Their
mm,
goal, their agenda, and desire is to make sure that each and every customer that walks through the door gets the best service, and out of that,
mm,
they need, give them an honest rating. So just the fact that you know that an individual has to go out after an hour or after a day to make an effort and use their device and data to, say thumbs up to Alvin for doing a great job, you need to go that extra mile. Because with that, automatically, you make your restaurant a comfortable place to spend money. And
Yeah.
whether you want to push extras, people are happy to give you extras because your service, if it's unpackable, if a person has a budget, the chances of them holding back are very slim. So I think that
True.
that technological part has helped us a lot. And also in terms of delivery, there's a system called Yambi that we use.
Mm.
So we've got a central delivery hub where we monitor our deliveries. So this we use it to rate our riders to see how effective are they on the ground, how long are they taking to do deliveries, are they staying on their route. That also saves us on fuel and ensure that the service for the customer is on point.
That's interesting. I think that's how technology is basically, helping out your operations, basically optimizing your operations, I should say, because if you
100%.
can
Yeah.
then tweak, hmm,
Yes.
if you can track your driver and be able to understand where they are at every minute and how fast they can deliver or whatever that is hindering them from delivering or they are driving off course. I think that's amazing. That's an amazing
Yeah,
technology.
yeah, true. And it has helped a lot because remember in the past, a rider can go for a delivery and he's gone for 4 hours. No one knows where he is, what is he doing. He'll just give you all
Hmm.
stories. But the good thing is
Wow,
with,
that's
modern tech, you can clearly see where are they and what speed are
yeah.
they driving, which has helped us a lot.
Okay. So I wanna conclude our conversation with project management, right?
Sure. Yes,
Um,
sir.
you're a trained you did project management, right?
Sure. Yes, sir.
So I want you to maybe explain how project management has helped you to run operations, so that you bring to context how project management helps operations within your industry.
Okay. Yeah, so I think for me, project management has helped me a lot in the sense that when you run operations, you've got multiple pockets, right? You've got your human
Mm.
resources, your procurement, you've got your day-to-day operations team, you've got your marketing team. So with project management, if you have the relevant tools, it helps you now to synchronize everything, but while it's working with them as different departments. And it has
Mm.
helped me to streamline and be able to track tasks and work effectively and do follow-ups in a way that is so remarkable. I think it has made a
Well,
difference in how I do my operations every day. And we've been able to
no, that's
produce quite, a lot. And we've also managed to develop systems that work for us within in-house in terms of
mm.
personal growth for the team as well.
um okay. So I think as we conclude our conversation, Arthur, I just want to say I'm happy for you. Congratulations on your achievements. And I mean, being able to then tackle SADC and going to East Africa into DRC, I mean, that's huge. And you have continued to carry on with these big brands, Debonairs, Tears, Pizza Hut, or you have done well for yourself.
Thank
Do
you
you
so
have
much.
any parting words that you would want to say before we close?
Okay, I just want to say thank you for inviting us to your podcast, and I hope it adds value to those who might be your normal followers, right? And
Yeah.
congratulations to you. And I think your humility and personality, just keep seeking God's guidance. He'll direct your path, and I believe
True.
you'll do much, much more than what you're doing currently because there's great, great potential. But well done, sir.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Pastor is, no, I'm saying Pastor now. Thank you very much,
No,
Arthur.
no,
Now the spirit is catching up with me. So,
we appreciate, because for us that is the firm foundation where we stand on. Otherwise, we wouldn't be
amen.
engaging in this manner, right?
True, man. No, I'm grateful for that. I believe that whatever that we are doing, definitely God guides us, and so
Yes.
thank you for those words, and I appreciate that. Yeah, so we've come to the end of our podcast. Thank you for watching and listening to Techmark Pod. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on YouTube and all social media channels. Arthur, have the best of Sunday and the rest of your day. Enjoy. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.